Welcome to Squared Circle Spotlight, the heavyweight champion of wrestling podcasts.
We are back. Squared Circle Spotlight, episode 13. We've got some, Jeremy disappeared. We've got some topics for you. We got some that are going to be an interesting conversation tonight when we get to our gimmick of the week. Jeremy is fired up for it. So, gimmick of the week. Stay tuned for that. If you never make it through the full episodes, this is the week to stick to the end because that gimmick of the week is going to be fun. But we're going to start it off with some questions. We're going to jump into the finals of our tag team tournament of the greatest tag team of all time. Thank you for everybody that voted. We have come to a decision on who is going to be in the finals against the Young Bucks. So stay tuned for that. We have a merch table with a very familiar wrestler, 3 different versions of him, if you catch my drift. And then we're going to do a little deep dive on a hot topic here of Karrion Kross. Is it all work? Is it true? We don't know. But we're going to talk about it. And then our gimmick of the week. We'll spend a little time on that. Thank you. All right. We're going to start off with a question like we normally do. So the question we have tonight is, what is your favorite finisher of all time? And then we're going to go around again. I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the greatest finisher of all time? Doesn't have to also be your favorite. So I'm going to start with Jeremy here. Favorite finisher of all time?
But one always sticks out to me, and it's I think it's on the banned list now. May be wrong. I always misspeak, but the Pro Liver Plunge by Ahmed Johnson.
Interesting choice.
It was just
where
like
did you just pull
how
that
he
from?
would. This thing right here.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to go in there. I promise you that. But yes, that one, like just how he used to throw them up, catch them, and slam them. Like
that's your
actual
favorite
power
finisher?
that it takes to do that. I enjoyed it. Jesus.
Ahmed Johnson.
Don't judge here, I thought. God.
No. But this is your personal favorite. Ahmed Johnson performed.
It always stuck to me.
What?
It was a cool finisher. Like just how powerful you had to be to do it.
I'm kind of with Jeremy on that. It was a cool finisher. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of all time.
Bomb. It was a power
Cool.
bomb.
But how
he did
it
the double
was done.
underhook, flipped them up, power bombed them. And it was a sit-out power bomb too.
For 6 months.
I liked it.
Okay, all right. It's not.
I'm also going to give Jeremy credit on this because that was a deep dive there. That was
That's what I mean. Where did that just come from?
I would
I
have
can
bet.
find a nut every once in a while, even if I'm a blind squirrel. What do you want?
I would have bet a K that you had no idea who Ahmed Johnson was.
Yeah. Damn, and that was when I actually watched wrestling religiously.
Somebody Google and see what like the top coolest finisher is, and see if that's the first thing that shows up.
It ain't.
That would be awesome. I doubt it, but that would be awesome.
That's a good start.
All right, here we go.
All right, Kathy, what's yours?
I like the really like acrobatic ones. So the red arrow from Neville, because he kind of took the shooting star press and added more flips and more things to it, and it unfortunately, like both of those, there was always like a limit on who they could do it to, but when they did it, they killed it, and there was very few amount of people that could pull that off.
Also, super underrated wrestler.
Yes,
Neville in WWE.
Yes.
He's cool in AEW too. He just keeps getting hurt.
Yeah. I mean, if you keep doing stuff like that, it's not surprised he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah, that's true. You put a lot on the line when you take risks like that.
Do you know what the move is?
I'm talking about his wrestling style. So no, I do not know what the move is. Thank you for calling me out again. I can't wait till I wait.
You actually probably would.
I was waiting for
Wait.
flip.
Kathy, tag me in. I could
You're
finish
up.
this. Jeremy, the only reason I ask you is because you saw it live.
I know I
Yeah.
saw it. I just don't know the name of it.
Do you remember that we went to the last wrestling event, live event at the Meadowlands, the former Meadowlands?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that place.
Neville was on that, and he did that, and the entire audience stood up and they applauded. It's something really incredible to see. So I was
Yeah,
legitimately
he was like
wondering,
RVD.
yeah, if you knew what you were talking about, or you're just lying. But
He was a little more acrobatic.
it's
Yes.
a little bit. All right,
But
let
he
me
was
pick mine.
shorter and more and muscular.
Yes, he was. Okay, I'm going to go with a fantastic finisher, underrated. The finisher was so over that it got incorporated into the theme song. I don't have the WCW character, of course, but I have a WWE copy of the man that did it. It was called the Vertebraker. I'm going to break your spine, Vertebraker. I will tell you this. The move was over. Everyone knew when he hit it, it was the end of the match. There was no kicking out of it. It was popular with the fans. It looked super, super impressive. And in WCW at that time, a cruiserweight to stand out because of a finishing move took a lot. That just shows you how cool the move is. It's hard. It's a wild maneuver to take. I don't know if they still do it today.
I was gonna say, I
But,
think it's banned right now.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, like I said, they made the finishing. I mean, the song was about the finishing maneuver, so he got over totally on that. So Vertebraker, personal favorite.
That's a deep cut too.
Yes, sir?
Mine is not a deep cut. I had a backup in case anybody said it, but it also falls into the greatest of all time, but it's not my pick for greatest of all time.
Wait, Can I guess?
Go ahead.
RKO.
That was my backup. That wasn't the first
D3.
one. If anybody said my
I do
first
love
one,
that
that was
move.
my backup. A good guess. Kathy, you said something?
D3.
That was, if we said tag teams, I didn't include that one. 3D, yeah. I said that
Okay.
one last week. My favorite tag team.
That's what I meant.
Favorite
3D.
finisher,
F5.
I have to go
F5.
Shawn
Fuck the
Michaels.
F5. I hate
Sweet
the
Chin
F5.
Music. Sweet Chin Music.
All right.
Favorite.
Wait. You can't take Sean's finishing maneuver and say it's your favorite.
Why
He was last. He didn't
Yeah.
steal it from you.
No, because
not? We
everyone
did
uses,
full circle around.
everyone uses a super kick. That's
Okay,
why
I was
I
going to
told
get to
you.
that.
But no, you can't use Sean's maneuvers.
I absolutely
He
can.
is
And here's why.
So offended.
It's the most
cheating move.
overused move now and doesn't carry that same feeling to it that he used. When Shawn Michaels used to do it, when I first saw that as a kid, when he first started doing that, I was like, how the hell do they do that? How do they take a kick to the face and they look out
Right.
cold? And when you got hit with the super kick, that was it. The Sweet Chin Music. I'm not saying super kick, Sweet Chin Music. When you got hit with that and he tuned up the band and hit you with the Sweet Chin Music, it was out, lights out. And that ties into my current favorite too. My current favorite is another kick, Aleister Black's Black Mass. So that's my other one, which is, a spin kick. Also absolutely brutal, and props to the Miz, a guy I don't like. When he just recently took it, I think when Aleister Black first came back to WWE and he took it, that was rough. He took it right to the face and sold it. So but yeah, Sweet Chin Music, that's my number one favorite of all time. It was protected back then. It wasn't overdone. It was beautiful. Thing of beauty. I can't believe Charlie's
Beautiful
going
person.
against that.
And Charlie's about to log off on this one.
No, it's
He's hyped already.
I'm lost for words. Go to someone else.
I'm going back to Charlie because now we're going to say our greatest, what you think was the greatest of all time.
Okay, well, I might have said Sweet Chin Music, Joe, but
Definitely not now.
I will go with this. The greatest finishing move of all time, my hair is poking out of my hat, is the Sharp Shooter by Bret the Hitman Hart. It is protected. No, sir. It is protected. And that is a big thing for me. You have to protect the finishing move. I don't like these today where everyone kicks out. We discussed this in an earlier episode But the sharpshooter, Joe, if you look at it, it was always protected. The first person not to tap out to a sharpshooter was Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13 when he passed out from loss of blood. It was over like Grover. That is the best submission move and finishing move of all time. My pick. Sorry. I pick Kathy.
There's my favorite, and then there's iconic. Well, where are we going with this? We personal or overall?
What you think the greatest is? Greatest. What was the greatest finisher of all time?
Take personal feelings out.
Sorry, personal feelings out. I can do that. That's easier. I think it's a tie for me between RKO and the stunner, because you don't even have to be a wrestling fan and people know what that is. Like, everybody makes jokes about it. It's always it comes up in some kind of conversation, even with people that don't like wrestling. So I think if I had to go with a major one that I personally like, it's the Tombstone, because I like the whole gimmick with Undertaker and all that kind of stuff. But I think most iconic, I'm going to go as a really close tie with the RKO and the stunner.
The stunner was on my short list.
It was mine.
Well, you didn't go yet.
All right, then I guess it's on to Jeremy.
Jeremy, what was the
now you got to come up with something else.
It was the only one I could think of is just how versatile the RKO is. Like, that's why I love that one, because it was reminiscent of like
another one.
3D2 incorporation. But just like how he's taken that move, like doing it off the turnbuckle and doing it midair, and the whole, like, that was just thanks. Like, it was just great to see it. That's why I think right now it resonates as the most iconic.
That's great, but Kathy picked it, so pick another one.
Eat me.
I don't think that's
and it was a tie.
Oh, that was part of the rules, right?
I know, and I didn't come in with a good backup.
I thought that was going to be your first one. I was expecting one of the super popular ones to be your only pick.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just say John Cena's finisher?
There you go. Oh, now you're feeding this.
I thought about it, but it's similar to the F5, and it just doesn't blow me away.
I can see that. I agree with that. It's not that impressive.
It depends more on the person receiving it.
It's so you got to sell it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, I'm just going to give you yours or we're never going to get an answer. So you're going with the slop drop from Henry O. Godwin.
Oh, good choice. Good choice. That's good.
Oh, God.
I would have said Money Shot by Val Venus, but good choice.
That's a good one, too.
How about the Mandible Claw by Mankind? Jesus.
All right.
It's a respectable pick. Yeah. All right, I'll give mine real quick.
Well.
I don't remember which one exactly you went with, Kathy, but I was going to go with the stunner. I think you went with RKO, so I am going with the stunner. That was super over. The loudest pops. It's the most iconic outside of maybe Hogan's leg drop. And the sharpshooter is not the greatest of all time. CM Punk does it now. People kick out of it. It's not that impressive. It's very painful. I had it done to me many times by my older cousin. But not the greatest. Submission is never going to be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I put Jeremy in a lot of sharpshooters.
You put me in all the submissions, and I was always the one to find a way to get out, and you hated it.
True. Except that time at jiu-jitsu. You puked outside the fish shop.
I didn't tap.
All right. We're going to move it on. We are going into our greatest tag team of all time finals. So we put it to a vote last week. In the semifinals, we were tied between Legion of Doom and the Hardy Boys, and fans voted. The winner was the Hardy Boys. I lost. Charlie lost. We had LOD. Hardy Boys won. We did it on 3 different social media sites. Hardy Boys won 2 of them. They won on TikTok and YouTube. LOD won Instagram. Somehow,
the worst part, Joe?
What? You voted LOD.
I voted for LOD.
I know. And you voted
It's
for
like,
Hardy Boys on the show.
I know.
I was going to
But
say, you
said at
copied the
end-
wrong person.
But at the end, I said, I really don't know. Like, I could
It's
be
true.
swayed either way.
You did say that.
And I was
You did
like,
say that.
you know what? I'm doing it.
All right. So we have our final set now. It is the Hardy Boys versus the Young Bucks. So who do I
Whoa.
want to kick this off? Let's go. Jeremy kicked off last time. I don't want to pick on Jeremy too much. I'll go Kathy on this one.
All right. Yeah, I voted for both of these guys in the last bracket, so this is going to be hard. With continuing the conversation of finishers, Jeff Hardy's Swanton Bomb, that's another top finisher. Like, no matter whether it was just on the ropes or off of 3 ladders on top of each other, like, he figured out how to do it. I'm going to go Hardy's 100%. I think longevity wise, I think history wise, I think the Young Bucks are very similar, but I don't know if there would be a lot of what Young Bucks does without the Hardy Boys.
That's very fair.
Now we'll go back to Jeremy. He can't have too much information on the decision.
It's gonna
You're going to be first or second, like, from now on at this point, until you prove you have homework done.
You
You shall
can't,
be worthy.
you can't say what Catherine just said. You can't repeat exactly what she just said.
He doesn't even
Well,
know
this
who the
is
Young
an
Bucks
easier
are.
one
So
to-
do we need to go to
I
them?
know who they are.
Yeah,
but
I guess
don't
that's very
know
true.
their whole-
Name a buck.
I can't. I know who they are as a team. But Charlie, I've seen the few matches. That's it. Like, what I've seen from the Hardys, it's not even close to what I don't know about them. I'll be honest. But it would be the Hardys for me. Again, the Hardys are the reason why there are tag teams like the Young Bucks. They gave people that ass. I hate you. But just watching them growing up at that time, I was a teenager, and it was the coolest stuff I've ever seen in my life, where it was being imitated. I would jump off the fences and whatnot.
That's true.
Charlie, I was a
That's
little
true.
monkey at those days.
That's true.
But it was something I wanted to imitate and thought I could do, because at that age, we all feel like we're indestructible. So
True.
we
Yeah,
had
not so
no
much
fear
now.
in that aspect. Now it's like, if I sneeze wrong, my back's out for a week.
We had a group chat about Advil, Tylenol,
True.
Like, this is real life
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
30s
That is
and
true.
40s.
I wanted you to
God.
get you. I wanted you to swanton off your small roof into your your pool.
My
So
God.
bad. Yeah, you wouldn't do it though.
No, I knew my limits a little bit. That one scared the shit out of me.
I would fight that. There was an era where Jeremy would do anything we asked him to do. Anything for popularity. Jeremy, go jump off the roof. He'd go do it.
Yeah.
This way to popularity.
He once ran out of a shed in his underwear and a Dick Cheney mask to scare some people. So
Yes, I did.
That's a Patreon story.
Aren't they all at this point?
All right, Jeremy,
Those
who
were
you
the good old
picking?
days. I'm going Joe.
All right, I am going to. I'll keep it a little shorter. I'll go quick. I'm going Young Bucks.
Really?
I thought it was going to be LOD versus Young Bucks, but I was still going to go Young Bucks, surprisingly. So I sat back and reminisced on it a little bit, and just what they've done to build wrestling has been more impactful than what LOD did. LOD built the tag division and WWE a little bit at that time. AEW made the indies. Young Bucks made the indies cool. They made AEW. They made New Japan cool. Because look at New Japan now. They're not as hot as they used to be. The indies are hot, but not as hot as when the Young Bucks were there. Now they're in AEW, which they started, on their own backs. So I'm going Young Bucks, and especially against the Hardys. I didn't even have the Hardys making it here, so I got to go Young Bucks. Charlie, it's up to you. Do we tie or do we have a winner?
This is a tough one because, as I've mentioned, I'm a lifelong Hardy Boys fan. From all the way to their start to even AEW and TNA. But I'm with Joe. Young Bucks.
Wow.
The Young Bucks again. Kathy, I think you might have mentioned it. Jeff had the Swanton. He had a singles career. Up until this point, it's just the Young Bucks. There's not Nick and Matt going off on their separate runs. They're a team. They changed tag team division. They built a company around it. Yeah, exactly what Joe said. When they were in New Japan, it was hot. I mean, they're the Be the Elite YouTube series.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a whole different audience they were bringing in. They helped build the company. Without them, I don't think it's successful. Just for that reason, and I love the Hardy Boys. I really do. But I think the Young Bucks, when it goes down, they're going to be right up there with LOD as one of the top teams of all time. So Young Bucks for me.
I feel like Charlie and I are going to get a lot of hate for that, but
Yeah, a lot.
It's all right. It's part of the game. Before we put this out to the fans, does anybody want to change their vote, Jeremy? You want to watch a Young Buck match real quick? Come back to it.
This way to popularity.
You'll be the coolest kid on the show.
He copied me. I mean, if I didn't make him go second, he probably would have had a different
If I would have went first.
Don't know the dick about the Young Bucks in comparison to the Hardys, so that wasn't even going to happen.
All right, we'll give you to the end of the show. If you want to watch in the background, I'll give you a chance to break this down.
Throw some clips on.
If not,
I was busy watching WrestleMania for a little bit the other night.
So we will give it to the fans again. Fans will decide. Listeners will decide who's the greatest team of all time. Hardy Boys or Young Bucks. We'll put it to a vote unless Jeremy wants to change his mind by the end of the show.
Nope. I'm gonna go sit at the
we'll
Just
put it
by
out to a
lack of
vote.
knowledge. Maybe we'll let him watch a couple episodes and then he's got to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch.
We'll give you a midweek.
You guys got to send them to me.
All right, we're going to move on then. We'll go to a vote and go to our next segment. We're going to go to the merch table with the juice man himself, Charlie.
Oh, the Juice Man. I get it. OJ. That's a terrible nickname.
It's your shirt.
Yes.
The terrible speech shirt to be wearing when I talk about OJ Simpson. Wow, I look like a huge heel. All right, let's go to the merch table. Cheer things up. Someone mentioned something about 3 faces or before, which is a hint to our merch table this week. In a previous episode, I showed a Jax Cactus Jack that I think is really cool. It's one of the best Jax figures that they had during their rubber days, but I'm going to show some other faces of Foley. We'll start it with this Dude Love right here. It's pretty cool. It's got the Oh Have Mercy from 98. Decent. Not wonderful, but not bad. This is, remember, corporate Mankind. Well, this is what most people, I think, remember Mankind as. I think when most people think of Mankind, they think of this. It's a generic figure, kind of basic, but the face mold's okay. It's all right. It's a decent figure. It's nothing to go nuts about. This one, however, this is the Mankind. This is a ringside exclusive, ringside collectible exclusive. And this one is from when he first came in. It's got the mandible claw, and I think this is a super cool feature. He came with the rat. I don't know if you remember the promos.
Yeah.
He had the rat. He came with the rat. And also, he used to pick out his hair and tear out his hair. So there's a piece of hair that comes out.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's a pretty cool attention to detail. Over from our friends at Ringside Collectibles. If you want to send me any free merch, that'd be great. And lastly, the guy we all know and love. I think we all know kind of deep down Mick Foley's a nice guy, and I think he's a good guy. So just Commissioner Foley from the mid 2000s. It's a Jack specific, so it's kind of old. 90. No, I'm sorry, 2000 on this one. So
Is he missing all his teeth too?
Yeah.
he's a couple.
That's cool.
Yeah. So just some faces of Foley. I thought I'd show off. If you want to comment or leave a message, which was your favorite face of Foley or which is your favorite action figure, feel free to do that in the comments or leave us an email.
I got to see that version of Mick Foley at Universal Studios when I was there as a kid. I think he was either pushing his Noel or Dewey in a stroller. That's how young his kids still were. But it was that era. Yeah.
Well, Noel Foley is pretty. I will say that. But the fact that Ric Flair had a crush on her was creepy. I'll break out the line again one day. Don't worry.
That's surface level creepiness for Ric Flair.
All
right.
That is a quick little merch table.
All right. Thank you for that. Next, we'll jump into a pretty hot topic over the last few weeks, Karrion Kross. So, as you're probably all very well aware, his contract ran out. Quotation marks with WWE. And he's supposedly a free agent and hasn't really revealed doing new shows anywhere, maybe doing some Comic-Con stuff, or not Comic-Con, convention stuff. But no matches anywhere yet. He did some interviews this week. We'll get into all that. So I'll open it up there and discuss. Is this Karrion Kross thing a work? Or is he really gone from WWE? So leave it up to you guys to decide. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll start.
Because I'm going to copy everybody's answer according to everybody on this panel.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's a work. Are you kidding me? He's a great wrestler. Of course, he would have been signed somewhere else if there wasn't a work. There's no way he's going to have a layover like this and AEW doesn't want him or something, and there's nothing really in the news about that. It's 100% a work.
They released him 2 years ago.
And he only went indie.
Dude, he draws people. He's got the crowd right now. It'll bring more fans over. Of course they would take him back in a heartbeat.
That's true, but...
So if there's nothing going on right now and you really aren't hearing anything, it's definitely a work. I mean, it's a good work. But it's a work. There's no doubt about it in my mind. It wouldn't you're not fooling me on this one.
All right, tag me in, buddy.
Joe. Go ahead, Charlie.
Go ahead.
All right. Jeremy, basic, semi-functional adult's opinion of the wrestling storyline. I respect that. You're not a huge fan, but I would say the same thing. It does look like a work from if you're just kind of monitoring wrestling. We see this guy is getting popular. Why would they let him go, right? The Ariel Helwani interview did throw me for a little bit of a loop because he mentioned things in there that I did find strange. And I give credit to Helwani for holding his feet to the fire somewhat. When he talked about them saying, hey, you have 24 hours to decide. And Helwani saying that, I've interviewed a lot of wrestlers.
Weird.
That's weird. That's not the way contracts work. But I could also see that of him, I think Kross, just listening to his audiobook and stuff, he's he knows what he's worth. So I could totally see him saying that. I did, and he mentioned, he's like, we're taking bookings. We are booked. But like Joe mentioned, he is booked, but he's booked at horror conventions and Comic-Cons. He's not booked at wrestling shows. So, I mean, maybe there's a 30-day or 60-day non-compete, but I don't know. I still think it's a work. I'm going to have to side with Jeremy as much as it pains me.
And to touch on what you said about that, I listened to that podcast as well. He was like, this book was supposed to come out 3 or 4 years ago. It had to touch this, this, and this. I was like, WWE doesn't do anything without touching it. I just find it to be very convenient, especially if they've known this book was going to come out this week at this moment. And they're obviously going to make money on it because he has to run it through them. So they have something to do with it. And I don't know if because there's nothing they do that they don't have planned out years in advance. At least they might change minor things like they say in Unreal, but like I just don't find it believable that he's allowed to talk as much as he's talking. His answers are very almost political. Like he gets to the answer, but he doesn't really touch on anything. No, he doesn't. He doesn't list names. He doesn't put anybody down, which is totally, I feel like, and especially since he admitted that the first YouTube video was fake, not fake, but was a work.
A work, yeah.
And how do you kind of prove otherwise?
Right. No, that's a good point, because they could put in a 60-day non-compete, right? But I don't know if they could say you can't talk about other wrestling companies. So if he's really done with them, why shouldn't he bury WWE, raise his stock for AEW? You know what I'm saying? I can't be sold on it yet.
One point on that, I think, for clarity on the 60-day no compete, I think that's only when they're released from their contract, not when their contract runs out. So when their contract runs out,
he said that
they want. Yeah,
you're 100% right. You're 100% right. My bad.
But coming from that same interview, there were a few things there that I originally went into this like, yeah, this is definitely a work, but there were a couple points in there that made me think otherwise, or maybe not in the interview, but things that I've seen. If you go on the WWE shop for first, all his stuff is on clearance. So if you want a Kross shirt, go buy it. And it's actually, I think it's the #1 selling shirt right now, his shirt, and while it's on clearance. So all his stuff is on clearance. Then they also removed his music. Like you can't listen to it on YouTube or Spotify or whatever. So he had to put out a new song, his entrance music. So that was kind of moved. So there's that stuff. And there's another point he said in the interview, that interview, Kathy, you were just talking about after WrestleMania that he did with Sam Roberts, that he was saying like a producer asked him, hey, you want to go do this? Get interviewed by Sam. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And then he did the interview. And then I think he said specifically Triple H was pretty upset about it. So
yeah, Trips.
I could see a world where they see it as him going into business for himself a little bit and doing things. Because he even mentioned, maybe he mentioned it or Ariel Helwani mentioned it in his match with AJ. AJ went for the phenomenal forearm and Karrion Kross just put his arms behind his back and let AJ hit him with the phenomenal forearm, kind of as like a, breaking kayfabe moment there. I don't remember that, but I remember them saying that in the interview. So there are a few things there that I could see where maybe it is real. Maybe they did release or not renew his contract to kind of teach him a lesson a little bit. But then there's plenty of other things going the other way. So
maybe if it wasn't their plan and there's such a massive response now, they will they had those couple days and maybe there's something in the work. I think the only reason I can think it's not a work and that it actually could be real is because they didn't offer his wife anything. And he seems like the kind of person that will totally bosh any deal that he is not comfortable with because of that for his family.
Yeah, I think what he said was they offered him a contract, and then if he accepted, they would offer her a contract, which also sounds strange because I think he said that was on like Tuesday. His contract ran out on Saturday. That would have been a quick turnaround time to do all that. So those were the two other points. The 24-hour thing sounds kind of crazy to me. And he said he didn't sign it because he wanted to ask them how they came up with this number, which sounds really strange. Like there was no negotiation. It was he just wanted to see how they came up with this. And then he kept saying throughout the interview, I want to be in WWE. I want to keep it open to coming back to WWE. Right. Like if you really wanted that bad, because he also said the pay wasn't lower that they offered him. So why not just sign the contract and come back? And they were going to offer your wife a contract right after. So that sounds strange to me.
They're going.
I'm sure that was a bluff. I'm sure that he knew that that was a bluff. But
here's one more thing I could see too. If him and Triple H, and like Joe said, Triple H was the guy that got mad about that interview. I guess nobody ran it past him, but if Triple H and him are butt heads, listening to his audiobook and stuff, Karrion Kross, it reminds me a little bit in his attitude of CM Punk. He kind of knows he's a superstar.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that I think it was said in the interview where it makes me think it could be work because Paul Heyman gave him advice and he said, you know what you have. If you have to sit out a month or 2 months, can you get the crowd back over? He's like, yeah, I know I could do it. And so, which makes me think they're okay leaving it long term. They know the fan base is going to remember it long term. And it's something that will keep chanting and they'll hopefully keep building on. Or I could be completely wrong. But that's why I like WWE booking again, because it keeps us in suspense.
Yeah. And then there was Jeremy, we couldn't hear you.
I said the storytelling is actually getting like interesting where you're not sure what's going to happen next, where a lot of stuff was more predictable for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he said in the interview too, Ariel Helwani asked him, he's like, did you try like calling or texting Triple H about it just to get some clarity? And he said no, because he didn't know how he would ask it. So that seems weird too. I mean, granted, he's whatever role Triple H's actual chief, I forget what it is, something. So maybe you don't want to reach that high, but Triple H seems pretty involved in everything. So it's a little weird. And then the last one, what Jeremy said too, the AEW thing, like the fact that he said in the interview, AEW hasn't reached out, that seems a little crazy to me too. AEW,
everybody's too afraid because they don't want to.
They think it's a war.
Get in trouble.
Yeah. So why wouldn't they just reach out and find out? If it isn't at work, then you win. If it is, then you just back off. So that seems weird too. Like I think AEW,
they contact people while they're still in contract to steal them. Like that's not a reason. Right. That's not an excuse.
So it sounds really weird.
And he completely shot down because that was cool. I didn't know that he was going to fight Bare Knuckle, but he completely shot down any kind of ideas of combat. So he's not looking at that. So it's either they're really working us or he's got nothing lined up.
I think he's going on a book tour. He's going on all these things, and I can see him coming back at like a Rumble or some kind of surprise ending. And I don't know. I don't think it'll be soon because I think it's too soon to like. It's like the Seth Rollins thing. Like it worked really well in that type of a story, but in this, because it could have been. It felt like a super tame pipe bomb. Like it was a very PG, very like nondescript, but I'm not happy with them, but this is what has happened without like, he doesn't want to put his foot in his mouth, I guess. It could be the reason, but it's just not his character. It's not his person. I don't think it's his actual human personality either. So it just seems really off to me.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think I said this in the group chat. Like, if they let him go do some indie stuff to make it more kayfabe. So that wouldn't surprise me if he did that. If he showed up in AEW, obviously, I think that's very clear. But if he shows up in TNA, who cares? Because TNA has a great partnership with WWE now. If he goes to the indies, it's whatever. Indies, he's making some extra money, I guess. So that wouldn't surprise me. But it's tough. And I think you're 100% right. I think it's not going to be soon. I would, if it was my guess, I'd probably say the earliest one might be like Survivor Series, because I think what they probably want to do, if it is a work, is it feels like, and again, back to what you said too about the CM Punk pipe bomb thing, it feels like they're trying to get that CM Punk reaction again when Punk left, and there's for 10 years everybody chanted Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and I think they want to do that again because it's still happening. What match was it this week on Raw or SmackDown? In the middle of the match, they were chanting, "We want Kross." So
in the interview, they were like, "Do you think Triple H is ignoring them?" When he was like, "Yeah, Brock Lesnar, let's go, Brock Lesnar." Like, do you think he misheard it, or do you think he's like, it's a satire? And he's like, "No, I think that's a sense of humor thing. I don't think he misheard that because he's like, I have the same sarcastic personality."
Yeah, so I think they're maybe trying to build that a little more and have that huge moment. It won't be as big as Punk coming back, but they'd have a really big moment with Cross coming back if he showed up in Survivor Series or if he popped up in the Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised by that either. He's one of the entrants, and I don't know if he wins, but that'd be a big moment too. So I think maybe they're building towards that. That's where I lean. I think it's still a work, but I could be swayed.
He was just on SummerSlam. Like, I just don't.
Right.
You know, somebody's contract's about to end. You don't main event them on SummerSlam. I find that very hard to believe.
And they advertise his book on the pre-show, so a couple days before he got fired or released.
Yep.
So
it's all a money grab.
It's August 17th now. We all say work, right?
Yeah.
What percentage are you confident with that?
I'll go 60-40.
Yeah.
All right. Joe's 60. Kathy's 80. Jeremy?
Can't hear you. What? Nope.
That's a normal contribution level. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 100% work. And as time progresses, we'll see if those numbers change.
We'll revisit.
Holding it out. We'll revisit. So let's see if those numbers drop or who's right.
And if he pops up in AEW, might get me to watch again. If he goes a nice little feud with Hangman, I think that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
Jeremy, you back? No, you are not. All right, we will continue.
It's probably
You're going now.
Gimmick.
Actually, yeah, we need him. We need you here.
Oh wait, no, this is his time to shine, Jeremy. The gimmick of the week, man.
It's a sign.
All right, I'm going to hand it off to Charlie. We can talk some history on this gimmick, and then we'll let Jeremy get back to it.
Okay. So, it's a little bit weird because gimmick of the week was specially chosen for Jeremy. And he can't hear our talk. Can you talk one more time? No. Okay. So Hornswoggle is our gimmick of the week. Hornswoggle, also known as Little Bastard, the Leprechaun, and a whole bunch of different things. Dylan Postel is his real name. He's a Wisconsin boy. I listened to his audiobook. He's actually a really cool dude. He's in tight with Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, Brian Myers. I know Zack Ryder and Matt Cardona are the same person. With their crew, like he's cool with them. He's a lifelong WWE fan, Joe. He always references WrestleMania 6, which to me is like the first WrestleMania I remember.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of respect for him there. But I feel bad for him because he's a lifelong wrestling fan. He wanted to be a wrestler. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he thought he was going to be like Dink, but because they didn't do anything serious with little people wrestlers. And they continued the trend when he got there, again, turning him into the Leprechaun, the Little Bastard. And then, if that's not bad enough, they take a storyline which has the potential to take a superstar, a mid-level or upper mid-level, and put them into superstar main event category, being Vince McMahon's son. I think it was supposed to be Mr. Kennedy. And they completely just waste the entire storyline, make Hornswoggle his son. Vince sells it like a maniac. He spanks him at one point. It just goes on. It's classic WWE going off the rails and just terrible stuff. But I will say this. We went to an event when Daniel Bryan was the champion. He fought Kane. It was Extreme Rules. Yep. Yeah. And the WLC. And he was actually given some time. I went back and watched it. And it's a pretty fun match. It's a pretty fun match. And he mentions that in his book that he felt like that was the chance he got to prove that he was a wrestler. And his son got to see it, and it was cool. So Hornswoggle gimmick, I hate. But Dylan, as a human being, I'm cool with you, bro.
I went back and watched the same exact match right before we got on here, the WLC match. But It still leans into that corny Vince McMahon humor of back in the day. Because not only was it a WLC match, props to them for going all in.
Yeah.
They had a mini Michael Cole. What did they call him? I forgot.
Hello?
Mini
Micro Cole.
Micro Cole.
Micro Cole.
Yeah. A mini Jerry Lawler.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you
back.
finally.
Thank you, God.
That was your segment, dude.
No, I want this to continue.
Well, they took
We're
it.
still going.
Well, they go back to like the illegitimate son thing. They not only did that whole thing, and then they at SummerSlam they made him in a match with Big Khali. Like you took the biggest guy in the entire division, and we're like, this works. Like this is what we're gonna do with this whole thing.
Screams Vince. Like that's funny.
That's funny to him.
Put it together.
That's good shit.
He's
That
the
humor
size
still
of his
carries
foot. Let's
today.
sell it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the highlights from Triple Mania last night, but they had Micro Man, who was a micro luchador, really maybe 2 feet tall. And Omos came out into the, I think it was like a battle royal. And Omos and him had a segment in the match where he kind of just slapped him in the back of the ankle. Micro Man slapped Omos back in the back of the ankle. And Omos literally kicked him across the ring. So it was funny, but that still carries today.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jeremy, you'll want to look that up.
Jeremy,
I saw that video actually.
well, we skipped your spot. Do you want to wait till Joe's
What's your
done,
take
or do
on
you wanna-
Hornswoggle?
Yeah, Hornswoggle.
I mean, guys got great personality to put up with all these characters. I give them that. The cards are stacked against him. Hence the short stack. But like all the gimmicks that he had, like, and
The leprechaun.
we were all, like seriously, like there is so much I could say, but there's so much I shouldn't say.
Shouldn't. Good call.
I mean, at least he had a job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was contributing to the WWE society. People loved him.
They
I
did.
don't know why.
Why? Because he's a great wrestler.
He's actually
He's
a good
around for
wrestler.
10 years.
He is a good wrestler.
He is a good wrestler.
He was in DX for a while. Yeah, I mean, he had to
Yes.
That too.
finagle his way into it, but he
That's
got it.
another thing I forgot to mention. They put him with DX.
Yeah.
He was the
What-
mascot.
And again,
And they
it
had-
screams Vince. Like, how
one
can
of-
we make this better? I got an idea.
Right. But one of the worst or most offensive
Insert him here.
segments. Okay, stop talking. One of the most offensive segments, go back and watch it, the Little People's Court, where he's in DX and Shawn and Triple H like crawl under a tunnel and they're transported to a courtroom of little people. Jeremy, your idea of heaven. And they have a trial.
Just Ainutopia.
Yeah, no, I'll send you the link, but it's very strange. It's just really weird.
I want to do something
Little-
here real quick since Jeremy missed the beginning anyway. Jeremy, I want you to play Booker for like 5 minutes. So you're a WWE Booker producer right now, and we're telling you we're bringing in this character, a little guy named Dylan. Book this guy right now. What are you gonna make a storyline for him to debut?
Oh, you're gonna now. How do I just got to insert him in some sort of storyline and what's going on?
And
Whatever
remember,
you
this is
want.
YouTube. This is not
this will
Patreon.
be out for
This
the
is not
public to see.
Patreon.
We're getting this guy into our territory. We what are we gonna do with him? You're
Dude,
booking
something comes to mind, but I don't know if I could do it.
it. What?
Well, right now he is very relevant, and there's a catchphrase he has that I would like to incorporate.
I don't.
Uh-oh.
Go for it.
Maybe
Yeet.
You throw something, you say you yeet him. Just saying. Throw him in with J.U.S.
So,
Wait,
Charlie,
hang on.
He's the yeet
Charlie-
machine.
I think you audioed out for a second. What did you say?
Throw him in with the Uso. Make him the yeet
Why?
machine.
Yeet machine.
What does that mean?
So
You never heard
Charlie
the
may not be-
terminology, I'll yeet it?
Yeah, yeeting
Yeah, no, but
something
you
is
just-
like throwing it far.
So you just
I just found
I
that
thought you
thumbnail.
wanted.
That was the most genuine reaction I've ever seen.
I just thought you wanted him to go yeet in, get
Yeah.
the crowd hyped up.
No, he wants to
That'd
go
probably be
yeet.
funny too.
You're incorrigible.
You know it's bad when he hesitates. You tell him he has to,
Yeah.
to tone it down, he hesitates.
I gave you all fair warning.
I mean, I'm
That was
buying it. That
definitely
would be
better
pretty
than I
funny.
expected.
If you dress him up as a mini Jey Uso, give him the same haircut, give him some Samoan tattoos.
Right.
It could work. I'm just saying.
And yeah, yeet him.
No, but you don't throw him. That's where I lose you. I'm sorry. You don't throw him.
He,
Man, now I can't unhear that every time I
It
hear
seems
yeet.
fun
That's
to
all
hear
I'm gonna
yeeting.
think.
how awesome would that be?
You have a yeet cannon.
Yeet cannon.
Yeah, that's every time I see people doing that, Catherine. That's what I'm gonna think.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna start.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
All right, that was good. Thank you, Jeremy.
I like that.
Before we wrap on Hornswoggle, any final thoughts that are somewhat sane, not yeeting a little guy?
Yeah.
You asked, I delivered.
Well, thank you, Hornswoggle, for your contributions. You did have, and I'll go back to Charlie's WLC match. That was actually a good match for what they were trying to do. They put on a good match. El Torito was a good wrestler too, for a little guy.
Yes, he was.
They put on a good match. So thank you, Hornswoggle, for the decade of entertainment in WWE. Even if Jeremy,
Yeah, he's
wants
not
to
doing
toss you
anything
into the crowd.
now, right? I haven't seen any. He popped up in AEW for like a second, and then I don't think he's doing anything.
More his podcast now, right?
I don't know. I don't think he's doing anything. Not wrestling.
Yeah, like 2021, I think was the last time I've seen him do anything.
He was in a Muppet movie.
He was on Piers
No,
Morgan.
he really was.
Which one?
No, I know he was. He's obsessed with the Muppets. He has three Muppet tattoos. He was on Piers Morgan tonight, debating, saying he hates Peter Dinklage because Peter.
Oh,
Dinklage,
I saw.
Peter Dinklage wanted to make the door Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. He wanted to make them not dwarfs,
Mhm.
and he said, "Hey, you're taking work away from real people like us who love that story." That's the last.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead,
being
Jeremy.
quiet.
He's
I'm not saying a thing.
No, we want your opinion.
He said it a few weeks ago. He said at least they.
Let's
have
be
a job.
honest. How many roles are there in Hollywood that they need a little person?
He agrees with you.
True.
I 100% agree on that aspect, and that's a dilemma because I like them both, but I agree on that aspect. Like that's an honest day's work just as much as anybody else who wants to be an actor. Don't take that job away from them.
That's right.
Well,
You're an
Triple H,
advocate.
AI and CGI.
if you need a celebrity match for next WrestleMania, bring in Peter Dinklage, bring back Hornswoggle. We got WLC at WrestleMania.
Let Jeremy book it.
Oh, I would be such a happy boy.
Jeremy, you confuse me. You go from let's throw him to hey, workers' rights. I want him to have more jobs in the industry.
That's
Yeah,
still a
he's the
job.
union leader. He's the union leader.
Being
I'm
little
thrown
going to
people's
is a
get them
job.
any work they can get.
There's the next T-shirt. Jeremy giving a union speech in front of a bunch of little people.
I will definitely wear that shirt. I will
We
not
union.
get very good looks, but I will wear that shirt.
The We Union. That's his faction.
Yeah, like
All right. I think we've talked about this enough.
Yep.
Fuck
Yeah.
it.
All right. That was our gimmick of the week. And that's our episode of the week. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you enjoy what you're hearing and want to hear more of that, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We've got a lot of videos coming out. We got a bunch more followers this week on TikTok. So thank you to everybody that started following us there and leaving us comments, questions, all that stuff. So thank you. And then if you have questions for the show, reach out to us at squaredcirclequestions@gmail.com and we'll try and include it in the show. So feel free to reach out as well. And with that, I will hand it over to Charlie to close us out as we do.
Just one quick thing to anyone that's leaving comments or emails. We appreciate them. And if there's anything you like especially about the show or you want to see or you don't like, let us know. We're fans like you, and we're trying to make something that fans like, and we're open to everyone's suggestions. So feel free. But thank you for joining us for another edition of Squared Circle Spotlight, where merch is mandatory, gimmicks are gold, and behind every pop, we got a story.
Hit that like and subscribe, guys.
See you next week.